we're back. I'm going to be doing things a bit different. This time I'm going to be recording my screen to make things easier for me to read and answer your comments, okay? So this is for chapter 48. And the first comment is, I think it's the fact that Koji did not know Amado intended for him to die. He was saying he was ready to die if it was necessary, but he thought that he was designed to kill Isshiki. But he actually just was used as a pawn to draw Isshiki out to die then afterward and have Naruto and Sasuke do the rest. So in that way he was deceived and lied to. That's what he's referencing. Yeah, that makes sense. The official translation came out and I read it and I finally understood what the situation was. But at the same time, this is why I'm disappointed about Kashin Koji, because think about it, okay? Naruto and Sasuke are stronger than Kashin Koji and he knows this, right? And then he goes to fight Isshiki or Suzuki. The fact that he knew that Isshiki or Suzuki needed to be weakened before he even attempted to fight makes him know that he is not capable of defeating Isshiki at full power, period. Okay, and the fact that Naruto and Sasuke, he knows, are stronger than him and got their asses whooped by Isshiki, knowing that you needed Isshiki to be weakened before you went in, you should have known this is a one-way trip. Because you don't fight on Otsutsuki and come out alive unless your power is over the top. And he's clearly a regular shinobi who has excellent skills. So yeah, logically, he kind of knew this was a one-way trip. And I don't see why he would think Amado would betray him, right? Because, yeah, he thought he was designed to kill Isshiki or Suzuki. But if he really was designed to kill Isshiki or Suzuki, then he wouldn't need to wait for Isshiki to be weakened before he did that. So yeah, that part in the manga, it makes absolutely no sense. And if they're trying to make sense of this, that means that Kashin Koji lacks a little bit of intelligence there, right? So the next one says, yeah, so he is at full power, but he has a nerf because he probably can't go absurdly crazy and utilize his full power at its absolute full extent, because it will probably reduce the time he has. However, he is at full power and he can do as he pleases and use all his abilities. Yeah, I agree with that. The fact that he's saying there's 3 days, he said, Shiki said in the chapter, he said I have 3 or so days, right? Or 2 or 3 days is basically what Isshiki said. So most likely it is true. Most likely Isshiki has 3 days depending on how much power he uses, because remember when he was using Jougan's body, the body started to crack. So yeah, the more power he exerts, the weaker he becomes, because his body cannot handle the techniques that he's about to unleash, and therefore he becomes like weaker, right? He can't attack. So I think that is where Naruto and Sasuke should capitalize, because they know now that the body that he has is not good enough. Therefore I think what they would do is lure him to use a lot of his power and waste a lot of it, so the body becomes more, weaker and unable to handle the powers, and that's when they gain the upper hand. Yeah, so next comment is, I'm sorry your channel isn't taking off. I love your content, but I understand how stressful it can be, and even the best hobby can become miserable. I'm not saying it's miserable. I'm just saying here's the problem, okay? I've been doing this channel since 2016. Right, now it's 2020. It's been quite a few years, and I've looked at a lot of other channels which I've been interested in creating, and to be honest with you, a lot of these channels within 2 years are at like what, 500,000 subscribers or 1 million, easy, right? And the amount of effort I put into this channel, if I was to put in other channel ideas that I have for other different channels, I would have been somewhere. Whereas if you look at the boruto community, it's really small. It's a really small niche, right? The reason why my channel first took off was because no one had done boruto, and this is a secret for those people who are trying to start YouTube. All right, it's not about making good content, because you can make, I don't know, a video of someone putting a potato up his ass, right, and people will watch it. So that's not good content. That's disgusting. But here's the point, all right? If a new show starts, and this only applies to the anime community, if a new show starts, then most likely not many people would have done it on YouTube. Therefore, that means if you're to tag your videos using the tags of this new show that you are doing, if you're one of the first people to do it, then guess what? You're going to rank first for that. And that is basically how my channel first took off. When my channel took off, Boruto content was rarely done at all. People only did reviews, but I did things you missed, which was actual content on top of the reviews. So I stood out, and that's why my channel was growing. But as time progressed, the Boruto content on YouTube became oversaturated. There are at least, I don't know, 300 channels that are doing Boruto. So now because there are 300 channels doing boruto, now there's a huge amount of competition, right? And my channel no longer ranks in that way because there are a lot of people, and that's just how it works. That's just how YouTube works. So if a show is new, be one of the first people to start creating content on it, and you will be guaranteed to scale higher than majority of other people. So that's the secret right there. So yeah, that's the problem. Obviously, I want to create content about, you know, other animes and stuff, but there's a comment below in which I will, you know, explain all of that about. So yeah, it's just very stressful. I'm giving my channel a good 99%. I was giving it 99%, and 1% to my dedicated to my actual life, and people are getting angry, and you know, a lot of things weren't just going right for me because I spent so much time on my channel and I wasn't getting anything back in return, to be honest with you. So it's like the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. People are telling you to grind, but grinding is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. That's literally what grinding is, in my opinion anyway. So yeah, it's not that I'm giving up on my channel, I'm just leaving it. I'm dropping it from 99% effort to, I'd say, a good probably 20 to 30, because there are other aspects of my life which I need to improve, or else I'm not gonna be a happy person, trust me. So next one is, bro, Isshiki is like the real life embodiment of a video game character. His dojutsu gives him the power to store near infinite amount of objects he wants inside a pocket dimension, unaffected by time, except even better than a video game character because he can pick up and store almost anything except for living things. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Next one is, Isshiki would beat their ass if he didn't come back to Konoha. At first it was Naruto and Sasuke vs Isshiki. Now it is the whole squad. I don't think that's gonna make much of a difference, because if Naruto and Sasuke, who are the strongest, cannot handle this guy, there's no chance that weaker people can handle him or even, you know, be part of the fight in general. It's not gonna happen. That's just my opinion though. Next one says, Isshiki so chill that he has time to drink wine. Ha ha ha. Yeah, he does have time to drink wine, and that's how confident he is with beating everyone's ass on the planet. Imagine being so strong that you can just wine and dine whilst your opponents are there just struggling, looking at you. Next one is, if Orochimaru can give Mitsuki Sage Mode, then why can't Amado do the same? Since Kashin is already a cyborg, that goes without saying that all this he didn't learn Rasengan Firestyle techniques and Sage Mode. It's all Amado's doing. Yeah, most likely is. I don't think. Is Kashin Koji a cyborg? We don't know. We know Delta is. I don't know if Kashin Koji is. He probably is, because just like the command that Amado installed in Delta, Kashin Koji says he probably installed this shit in me too. So yeah, most likely he is a cyborg. But we haven't actually seen him use the techniques where he changes the shape of his body, he shapeshifts his body in order to create spikes, just like Kaki and Delta do. So yeah, I remember that Kaki said that everyone within Kara has been edited somehow. So Kashin Koji most likely is a cyborg. And yeah, that's basically it. Next one is about Kashin Koji Earth Jutsu. They won't work, remember? Jougan shrunk out of it, and like you said, Jougan is much weaker than Isshiki, so why would he try it again? I don't know. I just wanted to see more jutsus except fire style and earth style, you know. If Amado can give him if Amado can give this guy Sage Mode, most likely can give this guy Kekkei Genkai. I wanted to see some lava or something like that. That would have been awesome. So this would have been like, Kashin Koji would have been like a Jiraiya 2.0 but better. He has Sage Mode and he has Kekkei Genkai, so on and so forth. Remember, this is Kara, so I want to see Kara stuff. I want to see niggas who pull up, fuck shit up with incredibly powerful jutsus and then bounce like nothing happened. Remember, he's an assassin, so yeah, burning people to a crisp with fire style and using, magma or whatever it is would be useful. Next one says, first time they fought, he absorbed the Jubi's chakra. There won't be Jubi's chakra now. He's at full power, so he doesn't really need the Jubi's chakra, and most likely the only reason why he did that is to store the power inside the karma, which Jigen's body could not handle. So now he is at his full power in a body that can handle his power temporarily, right? So next one says, Ishiki's form's weakest form, strongest form, drunkest form. Yeah, I like that. The next one is the new Dojutsu power reveal was dope. Can't wait to see the climax of this arc. Holy shit. Yeah, the video which I made previously goes into depth on how I want it to end and the best way that they can go past this arc, what happens past this arc. And to summarize it, right, I want Konoha destroyed. I want Boruto to go outside Konoha. Like we've seen the 5 great nations, but there's more out there than the 5 great nations, right? Maybe these you know, places, these other nations out there aren't even ninja. They have a different, you know, way of living. They have a different way of using, you know, chakra to do certain things. Maybe someone's managed to use chakra to do some kind of magic or some shit like that. I don't know. Maybe they have all the 5 elements and the power of creation, and because of that, that's basically how they have this thing called magic, right? They can just create things using the yin and yang, and you know, just chakra in general. You never know. There are so many opportunities out there to introduce into this world. Chakra is a huge concept, and one of the concepts that has been created by the people of Earth alone is the ninja system. The Otsuzukis are not ninjas. They don't use jutsus. They just have techniques. That's basically it, right? So clearly the ninja system is just probably like a religion kind of thing, you could say, or a way of life. And chakra can allow people to have different ways of life, and that's what I want to see, for Boruto to travel outside of the 5 great nations, which are all ninja based, and then explore other places and be like, oh shit, there are other people out here who live differently than the ninja way that I was taught, right? So yeah, the next one is, I think Koji will kill Amado and join the new Kara. Code is still chilling, Delta's there, and Kawaki will become Isshiki. Plus, they can still bring back Boru with data aggregate. I don't know what this data aggregate is, right? I don't think anyone knows what this data aggregate is. Most likely, probably what you're saying is true. At this point, anything is. I think Karan as an organization is basically dissolved, to be honest with you. Because remember, if their leader dies, he needs to revive himself with Kawaki, so there's no leader. Code is the only one left. Delta is deactivated. She's done. She's not gonna wake up. Alright. And yeah, that's basically it. Amado and Koji are basically gone. The inners is basically disbanded. The top has been ruined, and therefore the outers are all that's left, and they have no leader. So what are they going to do? Answer is basically nothing. Alright, cool. Next one says, great video. Amado had the worst plan ever. He revived Isshiki without a way to deal with him. Plus, I don't get why Koji would think that Amado betrayed him. There is no way in hell Koji thought he could kill a full-powered Isshiki. Also, Amado has killed dozens of kids for Ishiki's karma experiments, so he is evil as fuck. Everything you said in there is fact, bro, and you should start a YouTube channel, because yeah, I didn't even really think of that in that way. Amado did make a very bad plan, and to be honest with you, here's what I think he's doing, right? I think that Amado is trying to use Naruto and Sasuke in the same way he used the Kashin Koji, right? So at the end of the day, the biggest mastermind is actually Amado, because at the end of the day, he sent Kashin Koji knowing that Kashin Koji most likely will not win and will be sacrificed just to revive Isshiki, and obviously Isshiki will come for Kawaki, so then he hopes that Naruto and Sasuke in the same way will sacrifice themselves to hold off Isshiki till Isshiki dies. So his entire plan is to sacrifice people in order to get rid of Isshiki and Suki. Oh my days. And guess what happens at the end? Amado prevails because he has an army of Delta, and you know, he edited code and all that. He probably has codes like commands that he can use to basically control them. So he will be left, and he will have an army of androids laying somewhere within the bases of Kara, which he can use to attack anybody in the world as he pleases. Because remember, at the end of the day, okay, Delta could keep up with Naruto, okay, and Naruto is one of the strongest people on the entire planet. So if that is the case, then yeah, if Naruto is dead, Sasuke is dead, and Amado still has these androids, then he basically rules the entire planet. Alright? Cool. Next one. I thought Kashin Koji burnt Jougan's body so Jougan would die, but Isshiki wasn't technically dead. He was inside Jougan's head, controlling him, so Jougan is dead. And Isshiki took over his body with the karma. That's basically what happened in the previous chapter. That is what was explained. All right. So the next one says boruto Jougan will activate, and Isshiki will be scared shitless and try to take it, causing his scar. I don't know about that one. Boruto could have earned this scar in another arc, which is not Otsutsuki related, right? Because it would be really disappointing if the entire Boruto story was just about Kara. Like when I said in my previous video, there are many other opportunities that they can actually utilize that Naruto didn't. Naruto was all about war, right? So he had to stay in Konoha and stay at the side which he protects. Whereas there is no war, and there are other people out there who are doing different things now, who've found different purposes now. So I want Boruto to explore that and to delve into the world more, because Naruto was all about war and that's all we got. But now we have a world which can go anyway. That's literally a huge library of things that you can basically use for the series, right? Next one is typical Boruto complaining to Naruto about not being able to fight with them against Isshiki. But of all that, I'm wondering if Isshiki will finally see Boruto's Jougan somehow while retrieving Kaki. Will it activate upon contacting with Isshiki? Just a thought. The only time we've actually seen Boruto's Jougan activate is when Momoshiki takes over, right? So I think the only way for him to activate it in the manga anyway is if he actually uses the karma, right? Because in the anime, Boruto already just has the Jougan kind of thing. And in the manga, the only time we've seen Boruto activate the Jougan, if it even is a Jougan in the manga, is when Momoshiki was involved or the karma was involved. So maybe he can activate the Jougan. Maybe the explanation in the manga is the Jougan is a combination of him and Momoshiki, and only if he activates the karma does the Jougan actually activate. Whereas in the anime, he already has it kind of thing. So yeah. It's like that whole Spider-Man thing, whereas like in Tobey Maguire's version of Spider-Man, he just had webs organically. In other stories of Spider-Man, he has a gadget which does it for him, right? He needs help with a gadget. So yeah, you should look at majority these anime YouTubers who basically start reviewing different anime series. That's trending. Also, your channel doesn't strictly have to be about Boruto. You can be versatile when it comes to your own channel. I've seen it work for others, so I doubt it wouldn't work for you. Yeah, I will do that. Only problem is this: the majority of the series that I've looked at, I have not really had a huge interest in. At least they just entertain me, borderline entertain me. I don't really think they're good. So let's say One Piece. One Piece is really good, right? And I'm interested in the world of One Piece. I'd say I give it a 8 out of 10 in terms of interest, not how good it is, in terms of how I'm interested in it. And if you look at My Hero Academia, Black Clover, My Hero Academia, in terms of my interest, I would probably give My Hero Academia I give it a 4 to 5 out of 10 in terms of interest, and Black Clover I'd probably give a 6. And that's the reason why is because Black Clover actually has people in danger, whereas in My Hero Academia there's a plethora of heroes, bruh, and a hero's never alone kind of thing, so they're kind of sheltered. And the mystery, aspects of that whole entire world is basically lost on me, because it's just based on modern day society. So it's like you already know what the world basically contains, and it's just a bunch of heroes just fighting. And to be honest with you, they all come across as vigilantes, if I'm being honest. And to be honest, there's too many of them. There's too many heroes. It's like they're trying to cram an entire universe, an entire comic book universe in one comic book. That's not gonna work. That's like Spider-Man. That's like Spider-Man having every single Marvel character in one story of Spider-Man. That's not gonna work. It's too much, right? So yeah, I will look into that. But so far, all the animes that I've seen, I'm really not that interested in, and I'll do reviews here and there, but I'm not really going to be consistent on that, because yeah, I'm not really interested like that. Great review. I hope we see the Jougan in action next month. Probably will. But Boruto does not know how to activate the karma at will, and he doesn't know how to activate the Jougan at will, right? Next one says, it's all love, man. Keep it up, right? Keep at it. Just happened to come across this channel from a suggestion from Naruto Explained. This is something special. Thank you very much, man. And Naruto Explained a really hard worker. He really is. Along with Barbie, those two work really hard, and I think the amount of views they get for the amount of hard work they put in is not enough. They should be getting more views, especially Barbie. Barbie worked his ass off to get where he is, and you know, I think he should be scraping at least a minimum of 30 to 40,000 views, you know, a video. But you know, like I said, Boruto, the whole thing has been saturated, so because of that, it's really hard to rank, and it's really hard to get the amount of, you know, attention for your channel. But yeah, anyway, that's basically it. Those are the comments I'm going to go through. For now, I think I've answered quite, you know, a lot. And yeah, just keep leaving your comments in the comment section down below, and I will make videos replying to as much as I can. With that being said, I have nothing more to say. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.